Ski jumping has been the dominant winter sport in Poland for the past few decades, largely thanks to the success of Adam Małysz in the early 2000s. He popularised the sport and inspired a new generation of Polish jumpers like Kamil Stoch and Dawid Kubacki. Cross-country skiing has also been very popular due to Justyna Kowalczuk, who won multiple medals in the late 2000s and early 2010s. However, there hasn't been a dominant pole in winter sports in more recent years. But that could be about to change. Enter Andżelika Wójcik, the current leader of the Speed Skating World Cup in the women's 500 metres. Andżelika is preparing for the crucial penultimate World Cup event on home ice in Tomaszów Mazowiecki in central Poland. But her road to the top of the World Cup standings hasn't been easy. Just 2 years ago, Andżelika was a medal contender for the Beijing Winter Olympics until a sudden illness changed everything. Battling intestinal disease, she was forced to step away from the sport she loved, and her Olympic dreams were put on hold. But now, she's back, stronger, faster, and more determined than ever. A warm welcome to you from a freezing cold Tomaszów Mazowiecki. We're here just outside the ice arena, where we've been watching the Polish, American and Canadian teams training just ahead of this weekend's action. We're now coming into the closing stages of the World Cup events, and there's 2 events left this season. And the penultimate one will take place here in Tomaszów. And the Polish team have been particularly successful this season. One athlete in particular has found success in the 500 metres sprint. Andżelika Wójcik is currently 3 points clear at the top of the World Cup standings. And we spoke to Andżelika to find out a little bit more about her background and her success this season. I'm here with Andżelika Wójcik, the current leader of the women's 500 metres in the World Cup. Andżelika, welcome to TVP World.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So, let's start off by telling me something about how you got started in speed skating.
Speed skating. I remember when first time my dad take me to our hometown ice rink, and I mean we have just borrowed the regular ice skates, and yeah, that's how it started. I mean, I was the fastest on the ice rink. I mean. As I remember, actually, the skates were too big for me a little, but still I was so impressed by how the good feeling is on ice skates, and I was the fastest. So, as I remember, I was so freaky on ice.
So, what then pushed you into speed skating? Did someone introduce that to you?
Like my older brothers, I came to sports school from, primary school. And yeah, I was just going through other sports like track and field and stuff like this. And skating wasn't, professional or just right from the beginning. I was just trying other sports and maybe cycling, swimming and stuff like this. But yeah, from primary school, I was in sports school. So then I came to high school, which is specific for speed skating in Zakopane, and then I became a member of junior national team, and then that's how it started, like getting much more professional.
So you are now currently leading the World Cup standings, and but I understand you had a sort of setback for a couple of years where you had health issues, and how did that affect you dealing with that at the time?
Yeah, as I remember, Olympic season in Beijing was really tough for me. I mean, I was aiming to get a medal from Olympics on 500, but it didn't happen. And actually, yeah, it was rough. I mean, after Olympic season, some kind of issues to my guts came. I mean, then I recognized that it was a SIBO, so it was bacterial overgrowth, and then it was like a domino. Then I was so weak. I couldn't eat normally. I couldn't have much regeneration when I was training, and I was struggling with this. Maybe 2.5 years, and now it's gone because I got a healing protocol with supplements and meds. And yeah, I took a lot of time, and I need to be patient to be back on good shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that you've returned, not only returned, but returned to the very top. So could you tell us what it's like then to be back in Poland and competing here? Does it add a sort of extra pressure, or is that something you embrace, being back on home ice?
I'm really glad that World Cup is happening here. I really like the atmosphere. I mean, like then I can saw a lot of people who are just pushing me and cheering for me to get a medal, to get a podium here. And yeah, I really like the atmosphere here.
Yeah. And so thinking a bit more broadly now, in terms of winter sports in Poland, you know, for a long time, ski jumping has kind of dominated the sphere. Do you think that maybe now, because it's not just yourself, I'm wondering if it's really the time now for speed skating that might sort of raise the profile and take the lead from ski jumping?
Yeah, I'm always wondering why in winter sports like ski jumping is really dominating. I mean, speed skating is really interesting. We have a lot of disciplines, a lot of different starts, like from sprinters to long distances to team pursuit or team sprint is really interesting. So everything can happen, and that's why you can come here to like have a really good side what is going on with speed skating. I mean, we can accelerate to the max of speed. Like it's the only sport, it's the only winter sport that by the force of your legs you can accelerate over 50 or 60 kilometers per hour. So yeah, I know. Like when you go down on ski slopes or stuff like this, you can go faster. But it's the only sport when you have flat surface and you can accelerate more. You can fight with pressure on corners. So yes, we are gaining now a lot of titles, a lot of national records, of medals. So come and see us. It's really interesting. Just come and meet us. We are really glad that now you can hear much more of speed skating in medias than in ski jumping.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think it's really kind of dominates a lot more in places like the Netherlands and Asian countries, you know, Japan and Korea, etc. So what's the atmosphere like when you go to those places?
Yeah, sure. I mean, speed skating is a national sport for Netherlands. They're really good at it. They are doing this since so many years. So, yeah, also a short track, other discipline of speed skating is really common in Asia, in Korea or China. So, I don't know. Just come and see how we are going.
Okay, and what's the is the main goal at the moment? I mean, once this World Cup season has ended, do you have half an eye on the Winter Olympics coming up next year in Milan?
Yeah, it's coming next season. So right now I'm focusing on this season. I want to maintain a position of leader of 500. So this will be really good for me if I can win the overall from World Cup. And now I'm aiming for a medal from World Championships.
Fantastic. This is Angelika Wójcik. Thank you very much for joining us on TVP World.
Thank you very much. See you.